Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan mengumumkan ketibaan para tetamu kehormat ke dalam Dewan. Yang berhormat Tuan Muhammad Najwan Halimi, Exco Belia Sukan dan Keusahawanan Negeri Selangor. Yang berbahagia Datin Paduka Town Planner Noraini binti Roslan, Yang di-Pertua Majlis Perbandaran Kelang. Yang dihormati Datuk Sri Dr. Syahril Mokhtar, Timbalan Presiden Persatuan Bola Sepak Selangor. Yang berusaha Datuk Sugumaran, Naib Presiden FAS, merangkap pengerusi jawatankuasa pertandingan tempatan. Dan yang berusaha Encik Seka Chandran, Naib Presiden FAS, barisan ahli-ahli jawatankuasa eksekutif FAS, penaja-penaja, tetamu-tetamu kehormat, wakil-wakil dari pasukan yang kami raikan pada malam ini. Selamat datang ke Majlis Undian dan Pelancaran FAS WSL bagi tahun 2024. Hadirin dipersilakan duduk. Before we start, with a heavy heart, we recently lost our community photographer, Shamil Rosli, or known in the community as Abang Mil, Abang Amil, or Armil Works, and of course, Madam Victoria Valerie, former Negeri Sembilan women's manager. With that, we would like to take a moment of silence for them and their family. It is truly a great loss to lose these two individuals, but we would now like to continue to honor them. For that, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and football enthusiasts, please, I would like to welcome all of you to the grand launching of Women's Super League 2024. I am Eva, your host for tonight. We're here at the prestigious Wyndham Acmar Hotel in Klang, and it's truly an honor to be part of this momentous occasion. To commence our event tonight, let's welcome the driving force behind the Women's Super League that is taking off as of the third season for this year, Mr. Secretary General of Football Association of Selangor, Mr. Izrin Nabil.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berhormat Tuan Muhammad Najwan Halimi, Exco Belia Sukan dan Keusahawanan Negeri Selangor. Yang berbahagia, yang dihormati Datuk Seri Dr. Syahril bin Mokhtar, Timbalan Presiden Persatuan Bola Sepak Selangor. Yang berusaha Datuk Sugumaran, Naib Presiden FAS, merangkap pengurusi jawatankuasa pertandingan tempatan Selangor. Yang berusaha Encik Seka Chandran, Naib Presiden Persatuan Bola Sepak Selangor, merangkap pengurusi jawatankuasa pengadil Selangor. Seterusnya barisan Exco FAS yang saya hormati, barisan-barisan penaja dan rakan strategik FAS yang hadir pada hari ini, wakil daripada Persatuan Bola Sepak Malaysia yang hadir pada hari ini untuk menyokong majlis kami, dan seterusnya kepada seluruh pasukan-pasukan yang bakal bertanding, para pemain yang bakal bertanding di dalam Liga Super Wanita FAS bagi season 2024. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat malam. Alhamdulillah, saya ucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada semua wakil-wakil, semua para tetamu yang hadir pada hari ini untuk menyokong inisiatif kami. It is a big night for us today to kickstart kita punya new season. For the new season ni, we are doing a lot to try and improve from last season the standards of the league, and alhamdulillah banyak sokongan yang kita terima dan banyak perubahan yang kita nak kongsikan dengan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan semua. I think to start, some brief information to all our guests on our plans for the new season for the Women's Super League. Sedikit history about the women's football in Malaysia. It was started way back in 1960 and was started by our very own Tunku Abdul Rahman, the first president of FAS. And I think we know for a fact that in the past 60 years, perhaps women's football tidak diberikan as much penekanan atau fokus yang kita mahukanlah di negeri Selangor. But however, with the support of our president, the Crown Prince of Selangor, Tengku Amir Shah Ibni Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj, his initiative, his idea to finally launch our Women's Super League in the year 2021-2022. What we wanted to focus on women's football was a few key areas. Bermula daripada season pertama, kita telah melihat aspek-aspek ini. Yang pertama is about establishing a competitive league di mana kita boleh membantu and support the national agenda from our governing body FAM. So we are looking to working closely with the national body on how we can continue to have a competitive platform for our players and to try and aim for good quality playing time for our women players. Of course, secondly, we are looking at the talent development plans from the league. Bagaimana untuk kita melahirkan national players yang boleh berdaya saing di peringkat kebangsaan dan juga antarabangsa. As we know, I think last year was one of the big highlights for football, especially for women, where the Women's World Cup was hosted in Australia and New Zealand. And we had our neighboring countries like Vietnam and Philippines qualify to the world stage. And I think this is the aim to try and support the national FAM and the national body and helping the players to reach this level. And finally, these are the three key areas. Finally is about investing to have a strong social media presence and mainstream media as well in order to grow the brand of women's football in the country. So these are three areas that we are looking at to focus on in the next few years. We've been studying a lot on the international stage. Bagi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang perhaps might not be following the women's football development across the globe, a few countries yang are very much ahead in England, United States, and Spain has recorded massive attendance, support from the community, and in the 2 seasons that we have organized the league, we can already see the trend growing and the support growing. So I think that we are aiming for that to continue to grow at least. The big, I think, items that we would like to highlight is probably the talents that came out. We had young talents such as Hani Zahra and Kasiranya playing in a very competitive league with senior players, national players, where they can really perform as well. And of course, the attendance and also the social media reach was, I think, was a fantastic achievement, alhamdulillah. So we can really see the support that is coming for women's football. Just to share with everyone, just a few names to mention that has gone to play abroad, overseas, to expand their experience. It impacts the community. So what we did was we tried to capture the numbers generated in terms of dollars and cents from the football community alone from the Women's League. So as you can see, huge potential, huge generation from the just 12 teams and 37 matches. We were able to see a value of about 2.6 million generated from the football economy. And so this is just from the Women's League, which is at the stage right now, dikira still social, not or amateur and heading towards semi-professional. So you can see the potential of women's football. We'd like to share with everyone today an expansion of the league. Kita setelah berbincang and see what was best, we wanted to increase the competitiveness of liga kita dan juga menambah lagi bilangan perlawanan. I think the most important thing in football is about the number of matches, competitive matches yang bermain. So this year we are introducing 3 competition format, where we have the first and foremost the Super League, where all the 14 teams will be competing. Kemudian kita akan memperkenalkan Piala FA Wanita. Again, all the teams will be involved, where they will have a chance to win another cup here. And the Confederations League Cup is an extension of the Super League, where the bottom tier teams that did not qualify to the next round will be able to have another chance untuk bersaing lagi in the next round. So the tournament format here is, as you can see, the growth. We started with 10 teams last year, 12 teams, and now expanding to 14 teams. And insyaAllah kita juga akan memperkenalkan U15 League to get the girls, the younger players started playing much younger. In terms of the league matches, as you can see, it's growing, and we are expected to have 95 matches untuk tahun ketiga ini. The new format again, the Super League, Confederations Cup, FA Cup, and the junior competition. So the league has expanded from, I believe, last season for 10 weeks to now we have about 24 weeks of matches. And then in this slide, saya kongsikan some forecasting lah on in terms of the numbers that is potentially generated from women's football. So as you can see dalam just the 37 matches yang kita anjurkan, kita berjaya menjana 7.2 million tontonan ataupun reach lah di social media. And with the numbers that we are trying to hit this year, 95 perlawanan, you can see the potential growth is massive in terms of the social media reach, about 18 million forecasted, minutes viewed, because kita akan broadcast semua perlawanan kita secara live di social media kita, dan juga impressions about 19 million. So as you can see, this is the potential yang ada for our women's football. One of the few things that we also had conversation within our board is to try and also assist and help the teams by rewarding them of their efforts lah. So kita telah perkenalkan 4 initiatives in terms of how the team can actually earn a bit back in terms of dollar and cents untuk bantu tampung pasukan mereka. Number 1 is equal distribution of broadcasting rights, where all the teams will be granted RM1,500. Media commitment, where they are given media commitment tasks that they need to meet, and if they can meet the task, then they are given another additional 1.5K. On the right is our broadcast viewership grant, where this will be based on how much the total viewership of each team and their average. The teams are able to, in terms of average, then they were able to go home with more broadcasting grants to them. So ini banyak akan membantu the financial aspects of the club. And we've also restructured the prize money as well for this year, where the prize money trickles down to the 6th place in the league. So each team berpeluang untuk fight until the end lah, basically, to try and secure the best finish for them. So that is our plans for this year, and we hope that we can continue to work with all our partners to make this a success for the 3rd year. For this year, we will have a centralized venue where we will be hosting all the matches in a much better stadium, the Stadium Majlis Bandaraya Subang Jaya, where we have a much bigger facility to accommodate fans, And we are looking to include more participation from other countries as well. I think last year we had participations from Singapore dan beberapa country yang lain. So I think this is where we can be a player and help FAM to be a very competitive league where we know for a fact there is demand in the region to come and play. So I think that is the plan for us. I hope my brief introduction is sufficient, and I hope to see everyone to continue to support and help us make this platform a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Izri Nabil, for those inspiring words. Personally, I believe that sports, specifically football, is a great platform to empower women. So for this season, I'm looking forward to see my friends, fellow women out there to just do their best and empower each other through football. So seterusnya, majlis dengan segala hormatnya menjemput Yang Berhormat Tuan Muhammad Najwan Halimi, Exco Belia Sukan dan Keusahawanan Negeri Selangor untuk menyampaikan ucapan dan seterusnya merasmikan FAS WSL musim ketiga. Dengan segala hormatnya, dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, selamat petang kepada semua yang hadir. Saudara Nabil, Setiausaha Agung FAS. Yang bahagia, Datuk Seri Dr. Syahril Mohtar, Timbalan Presiden Persatuan Bola Sepak Negeri Selangor. Yang berusaha Datuk Sugumaren, Naib Presiden Persatuan Bola Sepak Negeri Selangor merangkap pengerusi jawatankuasa pertandingan tempatan. Yang berusaha Encik Sekar Chandran, Naib Presiden Persatuan Bola Sepak Negeri Selangor, Div-Div Kehormat, wakil-wakil media dan agensi jabatan-jabatan kerajaan negeri dan juga wakil-wakil pasukan yang bertanding. Pertama, saya ucap terima kasih atas undangan dan mewakili Datuk Menteri Besar Selangor, beliau sampaikan permohonan maaf kerana sepatutnya dia yang datang untuk menyempurnakan perasmian pada malam ini, tetapi atas sebab tertentu jadi digantikan oleh saya, dan salam daripada beliau. Pertama, tahniah kepada pihak FAS atas komitmen dan juga inisiatif yang setiap saban tahun, ini masuk tahun ketiga saya difahamkan, penganjuran Liga Super Wanita anjuran FAS ini, dan ianya sebagai salah satu bukti komitmen pihak FAS sebagai pelengkap ataupun komplement kepada peranan dan fungsi FAM itu sendiri sebagai sebuah persatuan ataupun agensi untuk membangunkan sukan bola sepak bukan hanya untuk male gender, orang lelaki. Sebelum ni kita tengok bola ni hanya sukan yang didominasi oleh kaum Adam, tetapi setahun dua ini kita nampak perkembangan ataupun apa yang dilihat sebagai satu yang baru. Saya kalau baru-baru ni pun ada tonton di liga di luar, International League yang perempuan, suatu kelainan. Sebab kita sebelum ni setiap kali bola kita tengok lelaki. Tapi kali ini, untuk tahun ketiga ini, FAS sendiri mengambil inisiatif untuk membangunkan sukan ataupun mencungkil bakat-bakat baru bola sepak wanita. Dan saya kira ini penting juga untuk persiapan bukan hanya di peringkat Negeri Selangor tetapi negeri-negeri lain, dan pastinya untuk kejohanan Sukan Malaysia kali ini. Untuk makluman tuan-puan, Sukan Malaysia tahun ini di Sarawak antara kategori baharu. Sebelum ini bola sepak hanya untuk lelaki sahaja, tapi untuk tahun ini bola sepak di Sukan Malaysia turut menampilkan kategori untuk wanita. Jadi ini pun sebagai salah satu platform yang boleh kita jadikan untuk negeri-negeri congkil bakat dan seterusnya, memungkinkan mereka ini mengenal pasti new talents ataupun potential player yang boleh ditonjolkan dalam kejohanan sukma nanti. Jadi tahniah buat FAS yang mengambil inisiatif ini, tepukan untuk tim FAS. Bila kita sebut tentang konteks pembangunan bola sepak ni, dia bukan tertakluk kepada negeri-negeri sahaja. Jadi saya kira bila FAS mengambil inisiatif untuk mengembangkan ataupun mencongkil bakat-bakat baru menerusi penganjuran Liga Super Wanita ini, ia sesuatu yang saya kira penting, bukan sahaja untuk negeri Selangor tadi seperti saya sebut, tetapi untuk pembangunan dan juga bakat baru di negeri-negeri lain. Jadi insya-Allah kita doakan semoga perjalanan Liga Super Wanita untuk musim ini berjalan dengan baik dan lancar, dan mewakili pihak Kerajaan Negeri Selangor, kita sentiasa memberikan sokongan dan juga dukungan penuh, bukan hanya di peringkat kerajaan negeri, bahkan juga melibatkan agensi-agensi di negeri Selangor dan juga syarikat-syarikat berkaitan kerajaan negeri yang turut saya kira memberikan sokongan bukan hanya dari segi logistik, bahkan dari segi keuangan. Ini yang penting. Ada modal, ada financial support, kita manfaatkan sebaiknya. Ini komitmen kami di negeri Selangor. It is not about the money, but about the result. Kita nak lihat bola sepak ini sebagai sebuah sukan yang secara tradisinya dimainkan oleh setiap rakyat Malaysia. Kita nak ada hasil selepas ini. Bila kita sebut liga ni, kadang orang nampak hanya di selatan sahaja yang menguasai. Tetapi kita bercakap dalam konteks yang lebih besar, kita nak bola sepak ni sebagai satu sukan yang bukan hanya tertakluk di negeri-negeri tertentu. Kita nak jadikan bola sepak ni sukan yang menyeluruh, sukan milik rakyat Malaysia secara keseluruhannya. Dan juga bukan hanya sukan untuk orang lelaki, tetapi sukan untuk semua gender. Baik wanita maupun lelaki. Cakap tentang apa yang disebut gender equality ataupun gender fairness, dan di sinilah medan di mana wanita-wanita ini boleh dicungkil bakat mereka, diketengahkan dan diberi peluang. Dan insya-Allah dengan platform yang sedia ada ini, saya berharap program-program seperti ini dikembangkan lagi di peringkat akar umbi, dan mudah-mudahan negeri-negeri lain pun boleh menyahut pelaksanaan program sebegini dan menjadikan Selangor sebagai salah satu indikator sebagai negeri yang menunjukkan komitmen bukan hanya untuk mencongkil bakat di peringkat akar umbi, tetapi bakat wanita juga. Jadi terima kasih sekali lagi kepada pihak FAS, didoakan yang terbaik, dan dari segi kerjasama kita pastikan ianya diperkukuhkan, dan kita pastikan sukan bola sepak ini terus disemarakkan untuk setiap lapisan rakyat di negara ini. Terima kasih banyak. Dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, sama-sama kita sempurnakan pelancaran FAS Women Super League untuk musim ini. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dipohon kepada Yang Berhormat untuk terus berada di atas pentas bagi menyampaikan anugerah pertama pada malam ini. So ladies and gentlemen, the first award that we will be giving out today, to me, is probably one of the most important award, because what is a team without a coach? So a coach is basically, to me personally, I think it's he or she is the most important individual in ensuring the success of a team. So ladies and gentlemen, presenting the finalists for FAS WSL 2023 Best Coach Award. We have Cikgu Zul Hilmi from Leopard. We have Mr. Hyrule from UPNM. And we have Encik Firoz from MBSJ. And the winner of FAS WSL 2023 Best Coach Award goes to Firoz from MBSJ. Dipersilakan Encik Firoz dari pasukan MBSJ untuk menerima anugerah, ataupun wakil daripada pasukan MBSJ untuk menerima anugerah bagi pihak Encik Firoz. Tahniah diucapkan, and thank you to Yang Berhormat Najwan Halimi, Exco Belia Sukan dan Keusahawanan Negeri Selangor for presenting the award. Kita akan teruskan majlis dengan video rangkuman tahun 2023. Tanpa melengahkan masa, mari kita saksikan video rangkuman FAS Women's Super League bagi tahun 2023.
Jangkakan sama ada gol kelima akan dijaringkan kali ini atau tidak.
The future is female, or sometimes we would say the future of football is women. Our journey into the future of women in football begins now. If I were to track back football among women, like probably 5 years ago, I would not say that it has been as big as it is today in 2024. So today on this prestigious day, we are very privileged to have 3 distinguished speakers with us. We will be having a simple forum on the future of women in football. And this forum will delve into women's challenges, which I would say is pretty big, triumphs and aspirations in football. So without further ado, let's get started on the forum. With that, I would like to invite the 3 speakers for tonight. Firstly, I would like to call upon Ms. Azurin Mazlan, current Malaysian national football team goalkeeper, to be on stage. Next, I would like to call upon Alia Azlan, a former Chief Operating Officer of Shoot, a Malaysian football app. And of course, the one and only, the mastermind behind the Malaysian women's national team. Let's welcome Solin Alzobi, the current head coach of the Malaysian women's national team. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I think I mentioned that the future of football in Malaysia is actually women. And I truly mean what I say. Because if you see how women is perceived in the field of football today, or probably like a year or 2 back, it has shifted so much. It has grown so much that I feel that in the years to come, if I have a kid and my kids say like, Mommy, I want to be a footballer, I would say like, you know what, do it. Okay, so today we're going to start our forum. by asking Miss Azrin Mazlan, the current Malaysian national football team goalkeeper, a couple of questions. So are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's a very easy forum. So if you guys do have questions, you can, leave us some feedback later. So first and foremost, I'm not sure if you guys are aware that Miss Azurin is actually a goalkeeper that has had a lot of global experiences. She has played in leagues outside of Malaysia. So Miss Azurin, my first question for you would be, how have your experiences playing in diverse football cultures from India to Kosovo shaped your perspective on the global landscape of women's football?
So basically, I think there's nothing much different between India and Kosovo. You will face the same difficulty, same challenges. It's always between you and yourself. How do you manage yourself? So sometimes dekat India, the food-wise is okay. The weather, maybe in India it's quite hot. I play under 40 heats around 2 p.m. So everywhere the difficulty is there. But how do we manage? How do we overcome all the challenges? Yeah.
Okay, so if you listen carefully, she said one of the challenges, but not so much of a challenge in India, is actually the food. That tells you that food is a very big component, for a professional athlete. So I know that regardless of the sport, or no matter where you play any form of sport, you will have a lot of challenges, especially if you're playing football, you're a woman playing football that is mainly dominated by men. Mainly, okay? So my question for you, Azurin, would be, as a goalkeeper, I know you said that you face, unique challenges. So could you just share probably like the major challenges that you've encountered on your journey to achieve your golden glove dreams? Like the biggest, probably the hardest challenge you've ever faced.
I think the biggest challenges that I ever face is my height. As you guys can see. So overcoming height limitation, actually, you have to do a lot of footwork, a lot of good positioning, strong character. So that's how you build your character as a goalkeeper. Not only you are good in your technique and so on, but your character, it's actually really important for you to see, like, people will start confident with you when they see your character. Yeah.
Okay, so high. But I'm not sure if you guys watched the Malaysia versus South Korea match recently. And then, we always talk about size and we talk about height. And you know what's funny? The smallest man in the Malaysian men team scored the goal. So that's pretty much like an outstanding achievement, I would say, for football in general. Because size matters to a certain degree, but I think, Azurin, what's really important is that if you put your mind into something and you really want to achieve it, you would have to work on areas where you would be able to outshine that, little thing that you have challenges with.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay, you guys are okay, right? Okay, I do have one last question for you, Azurin. When we talk about football, or when we talk about, sports, there are a lot of impact. And at most times, we would want to see positive impact. So I would want to know, Azurin, can you share any initiatives or projects that you're involved with that aims to promote women's football at grassroots level? Because we know that Akar Umbi ataupun grassroots is the future. So what have you been, involved with?
So basically, me and my friends, so basically we have Erin here, and we have like current national player like Jessia, like Steffi. We just finished our women's diploma C coaching course in FM. So we are expecting to involve and contribute in coaching project, maybe in future, inshallah.
Okay, that's really interesting because, to me, right, I think I just had this conversation earlier outside of this ballroom, and I said, I think what's really interesting when it comes to the growth of women's football, not just, having a woman that coaches the national team, we also are seeing a lot of female or women taking up coaching roles. Referees, and that's amazing. And I think what you're doing is a brilliant initiative, not just for the growth of grassroots, but growth and impact of football in general. So we're going to proceed. Thank you so much, Miss Azurin, for your time. We're going to proceed with Miss Alia Azlan. Okay, I know you were part of Shoot, a Malaysian football app. So I do have I'm not sure if you would consider it a simple question, but I would want to know, like, when you talk about sustainable economies, like, how can branding, because we know that branding is a big part of sports, okay? So how can branding and strategic marketing contribute to creating a sustainable football economy, especially in the context of women's football?
Thank you for that question. I think that's a very excellent question. When it comes to branding and also marketing, I think the biggest part of it all is, in terms of economic of it, is really rising or heightening the commercial value of the league, of the club, or the individual players, everything within the ecosystem itself. But I think when it comes to building or really strategizing a good marketing strategy and branding strategy is that to not work in silo. When I say to not work in silo is leveraging on partners, the community around you. You don't have to look very far. If you are a team, say for example from the vicinity of Shah Alam itself, so things like that, like local businesses around the area. So it's really about noticing what surrounds you, the environment, and taking advantage of that and building lasting relationship as well. But I think the first step in order to have a good branding strategy is to know your audience. Right. Now, knowing is one thing, but understanding them. So when I say understanding your audience, it's more often than not, it's not just speaking to them, because speaking is usually just one way. So you have to communicate in a way that they will respond to you back, right? So events like this, like forums, workshops, all contributes to the development of branding and marketing strategy as well. So I think when it comes to that is really knowing and understanding your audience is key, aside from, working within the ecosystem itself and the people that surrounds you and the community that surrounds you. And obviously, I think last but not least is itself, aside from communicating with the audience itself, I think having to implement it very well. Right. So planning is another, executing well.
Go across,
yeah.
Because there's poor communication, which also sometimes results in, failed marketing strategies. I do have another question for you, Ms. Alia. I am usually very inspired. I'm inspired by people around me. And I would like to ask you, we always tell ourselves, mind over matter, you can push yourself to your limits. So how would you've advocated for inspiring individuals to push their limits. So how can this mindset be instilled in women's football community to drive personal and collective growth? Because we know that we can, push ourselves for personal growth, but how do we do it as a collective growth?
You mean as together, right?
Yeah.
As a whole. I think part of instilling good values, I think at the end of the day, and you were saying that, advocating people to push forward and, to push beyond the limit is another, right? But I think when it comes to that is finding your passion and to also have that mindset, that growth mindset. So that growth mindset needs to start. I think individually we need to have that ourselves, but from the very beginning, it's also the people that again surrounds us, right? So this is from the coaches to the administration side to the referees to the players themselves and everything like that, right? So you have to work cohesively, and for everybody to begin having that growth mindset, I believe is every single person's responsibility, right? And it comes down to even the beginning of your age. Say for example, the parents, the family, the friends, we all need support from them, right? Even for me being on the administrative side, on the business side, to step up on my comfort zone, to be brave, because it is known to be a male-dominated industry, right? So having that push from my parents, my friends, saying that I could do it, and also another thing is how empowering it is to establish a ground for women in football when all this while it has been the men's game, right? Yeah, so there's something very empowering in that, I would say. Yeah, and growth mindset.
Okay, I think this reminds me of, there's a quote that says, it takes a village to raise a child or to raise a kid, right? So I think it relates to this, like you need like the entire community to work together in order for us to have like, a more established community, especially in football. I do have one last question for you, Miss Alia. When we talk about community, we also talk about community engagement. So what strategies do you believe are effective in fostering a sense of belonging and loyalty among women football fans?
Among women football fans, yeah?
Yes, among women.
So, I mean, when it comes to women football, the fans can consist of male as well, right? Male can also tune in females' game. But when you say about the part where effective strategies are being implemented, I think it's to take advantage of the tools that are available around you. And there are a lot of these tools, because of technology advances these days, you can even get it at, at no price, for example. And when it comes to making informed decision, when it comes to implementing, knowing whether that strategy is right or wrong, is obviously to look at data sets as well. When I talk about, just now I said communicating with your audience, right? So when you communicate with your audience, you have information that you gather from them. What do you then do with this information? Do you just, let it be, or, so something has to be done with the information, how you dissect it, how you turn it into key learning and then implement. Because I think development is just a continuous journey. You say it takes a village, it also takes time. So I think try to, within that process as well, celebrate small wins. If you manage to grow your social media from 0 to 1,000, those are worth celebrating, because you know that people are responding to you, right? So when I say, again, engaging with audience, understanding them, is putting out as many, say for example, content out there, because it's part of branding strategy and marketing strategy. You can look at data sets of whether or not that particular content performs. If it doesn't, how do I do it better the next time around? So I think when it comes to strategy, really take advantage of the tools that are available around us, including data.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Alia. Yeah, I think I noticed when you talk about tools, you would notice that a lot of teams participating in this year's FAS Women's Super League, they're actually on platforms like Instagram. So that actually helps to grow their fans, despite the fact that sometimes you would see players changing from one team to another. But I think that works. Yeah. So thank you very much, Miss Alia Azlan. We would now move on to the one and only. I think this particular individual has inspired me so much. Miss Solin Al-Zubi, the current head coach of the Malaysian women's national team. Welcome to today's forum. It's truly an honor to have you here with me on stage and with everyone present here today. So, Miss Solin, we want to talk about Malaysia's rise in women's football. Okay, so personally, as a head coach, how do you see the women's national team influencing the development of women's football at the grassroots level?
First of all, I cannot start without praising this great event and thanking FAS for organizing this amazing event, not only because the nice hotel and nice arrangement and the esteemed guest, but it means that FAS values the women's football, which is the starting point to develop the women's football in the country, to believe in women's football and to value it. So thank you so much. I appreciate, and I hope all states FA will take this an example and start working on women's football. Second of all, as the women's national team, to be honest, in Malaysia, once I arrived, I thought that this national team is underestimated, because we have so many good players, we have so many good potentials, but they didn't have the opportunity to play, to compete, to be educated, to be professional. So I felt sorry for them. We even went to the SEA Games without proper preparation, but they were fighting a lot. In Malaysia, the women's national team inspires a lot of grassroots because of the social media and the fans and the passion for football. If I would compare Malaysia to other countries, I would say Malaysia have the highest social media followers, fans. So to be a role model, like Azurine, she's still 24 years old, right? She's very young, but she is a role model for many, many young players. So the influence is high, but definitely this will give the responsibility on the national team players to represent the national team and the country in the best image. So the grassroots players will look up to them on very professional way.
Thank you very much. I think you mentioned about the team's preparation for SEA Games, and you feel like, there were not much of preparation before they head for SEA Games last year. I would like to ask, how has Malaysia positioned itself as a women's football powerhouse in Southeast Asia, and what do you think are factors that have contributed to this rise? Like, how do you think, like, maybe in a simpler form, like, how do you think, like, Malaysia can probably be the powerhouse of women's football in Southeast Asia?
How?
Yeah,
the
how?
question is how.
Yeah.
If they can, we can. Malaysia boleh.
Malaysia boleh. I agree. Malaysia boleh.
No, to be honest, it's not difficult. Malaysia are representing themselves in women's football. We went to SEA Games and we played very good match against Philippines, even against Vietnam. If you're talking about World Cup level teams, we even went to Saudi Arabia. We played against Lebanon, against Saudi, who invested lots of money. Lebanon, who have the experience, and we could compete. And remember, this is without anything. Without preparation, without league, without grassroots, without pathway, without anything there. So just imagine if we have everything in place, do you think that we can compete and be the powerhouse in Southeast Asia?
We definitely will be the powerhouse and probably make it to World Cup one day, right?
I promise you, if we have everything, we will qualify to the World Cup.
Let's go, Malaysia for World Cup, everyone. Okay, talking about World Cup, right? We know that we have seen a lot of impact of the Women's World Cup. I think even Mr. Izri Nabil mentioned about it. So how do you believe that the recent World Cup that took place last year in Australia and New Zealand has impacted the perception and interest in women's football within Malaysia?
Of course, every version of the World Cup, but especially last World Cup, it was different. First, because it had two Southeast Asian teams that qualified to the World Cup for the first time, so it inspired a lot. And for me personally, to see, for example, Morocco, Arab team, me coming from Arab country, it was my dream also for Jordan to qualify to the World Cup, but also seeing Morocco, who started also with us, who has the same players, same everything, so it inspires a lot because, as I said, if they can, why we cannot? So every time we see new teams, we see players with a good mindset, with professional mindset, it become close to us. And also for the management, for the people to believe in women's football, it's by seeing. If they watch the women games and now how they improve, the women's technical level also improved a lot. It's not boring anymore. When you watch women's football, women's team now playing, you enjoy it. So, and also the fans' attendance, it's proven. There are facts that women's football are growing and improving, but we should be fast. Before many countries also come in, now let's take this advantage that not all the countries still have women football. So I think it's the right time now to compete seriously and to focus and to invest more in women's football. And one more thing, talking about the challenges, I don't believe the environment is a big challenge. The challenge is in the mindset. Right. Why Azurine went to Kosovo? However, she has the same resources and same environment as other players. So the challenge first to begin with, it's all about the mindset. of the player herself.
Yeah, so I guess if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And I think I strongly agree with the statement that Malaysia boleh. So it's not a surprise kalau satu hari nanti, probably like, it's not going to be like a 1-2 year plan, I would say. I think it's a long-term goal. It's not a surprise, like probably when I'm a grandma or a mom one day, you know, Malaysia women team would actually qualify for the World Cups. Because like you mentioned, if Vietnam and Philippines can do it, kita Malaysia boleh. And it's not like, you know, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And I guess you're right. It truly is, it truly lies in the mindset. So I do have one last question for you, because when we talk about the success of a team or the success of a company, we look into development. And specifically, I think for a sports team, what's really important is looking into player development. Okay, so my question for you is that what strategies are in place to ensure a robust talent pipeline within Malaysian women's football, and how can they be replicated in other countries?
The most important thing as for now is to focus, as you started, on the grassroots level. If you look at the girls' football in Malaysia, we don't have girls' football inside the schools. So, because if we want to produce good players, we have to start while they are young. We cannot develop players who are 20 years old, to be honest, and unfortunately. So the strategies or the main areas of focus now is the grassroots, pathway, youth, club, leagues, and at the end is the national team. National teams are not our priority now, because we need to increase the number of players, so we need to provide the platforms for all ages to have the opportunity to play and to kick the ball under the supervision of the good coaches. Again, and I hope in FAS League, for all the coaches, one advice: don't underestimate the girls. Don't underestimate them. Give them the hard training. Don't say that, oh, they are girls, they are not boys. No, we have to challenge the girls because they can do. Also, we should believe that they can do. So, yeah, these are the main strategies.
Yeah, I think one thing that I can really resonate with would be, you know, when we talk about focusing and looking into grassroots, and like what Miss Azrin mentioned, that the national players actually took up their license, their coaching license, and I think that would be a great help if we're looking into Malaysia qualifying in a World Cup. That'll be very, very interesting to see, you know, current national players or ex-national players coaching the kids themselves at grassroots level. So unfortunately, guys, we have actually come to an end of this forum, and I would, you know, extend like a huge thank you to you guys for being such amazing, you know, speakers for tonight. I do believe that probably the ones here with us today have questions for the speakers, so you could probably slide into their DMs or, you know, talk to them in a bit after the event ends. But before we conclude today's forum, you know, do you have any final thoughts or messages that you would like to share with our audience? Can we start with Miss Azurin?
First of all, I wish all the team good luck, and make sure that you are enjoying football. Instead of stressing football, you must enjoy the football first, so that kita boleh nampak result tu. Kalau kita stress, the result won't come. Kita tak enjoy football, kita tak seronok playing football, so it's not going to be a long term. It's just going to be a short term. So bila you enjoy football, it's going to be a long term. Trust the process, and I wish you guys all the best. Thank you.
That was a very beautiful statement, which was trust the process. And I think that is truly a brilliant statement, Azurin. Miss Alia?
I think echoing what Ms. Azurin said here, as well as trusting the process, adding on to that is, I think, celebrating resilience. You know, you see setbacks as opportunities. You see every problem as a chance to provide solution. You know, so because I think improvement is really a continuous journey. And I think for all the players within the ecosystem, the coaches and the referees, I wish all of you the best for this coming season. I've watched the WSL for 3 consecutive seasons now, and every season it grows. So it's here to stay and it's here to grow. And I think to all the women who are in the industry, be brave, continue to be brave, and just put yourself out there. And last but not least is to embrace ourselves and the diversity that we have within the industry itself. And now that women is also growing and showing themselves out there. Yeah.
Thank
That's
you very
all.
much, Ms. Alia.
Thank you.
Remember, guys, embrace yourself. Like, I think the dynamic has changed so much. So if a man can play football, right, why can't a woman? So we would now welcome Ms. Soline with your final words before we end the forum.
No, just my final word is to thank everyone here, to thank FAS, to thank all the esteemed guests, to thank all the supporters, parents, media, everyone who believes in women's football. They really means a lot to me and to the country as well. But definitely my message for my favorite part of the game are the players. My message for the players is take the best out of this. Means treat every second during this league seriously. While training session, when you go home, what you eat, when you sleep, when you play game. Make it serious. It's not social league, by the way, and it's not immature. For me, it's semi-professional. This league is very semi-professional and soon will be professional. So take it seriously. Play the games as you are playing at national level, and the eyes all on you. So take care of yourself and be professional and take the most of this experience because it might never happen again, or it might lead you to somewhere else, maybe to play abroad or to take professional contract. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you very much, Ms. Soline. So I think I would just like to wrap up. And for me, I played last season, and this season I'm not playing for any teams. But my message for girls out there, or everyone who's watching, and current players, future players, is that if you put your mind into something, especially something that is dominated by the opposite gender, I think if you put your mind into it, you focus, you have the determination and the discipline, and of course at the same time you have fun, you will be able to see the fruits of your labor. So may the odds be ever in your favor, guys, and all the best for this season. I would like to take this opportunity to invite Miss Soline, Miss Azreen, and Miss Alia to remain on stage because we will be giving away our second award for tonight. So everyone, the second award is FAS WSL 2023 Breakthrough Player Award. And these are the finalists. So we have Hani Zahra from PNSB. And we've got Noratika from SSS Leopards. And lastly, we have Kasiranya from MBSJ. And the winner of FAS WSL 2023 Breakthrough Player Award goes to Hani Zahra from PNSB. Congratulations, Hanis. We also have some tokens for our panelists of the forum. So with that, we would like to invite Mr. Simon Lim, Chairman of Women's Futsal and Beach Soccer, accompanied by Dr. Wirdati Razi, Deputy Chairman of Women's Futsal and Beach Soccer, to present the gifts. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Miss Soline, Miss Azurine, and Miss Alia for such an amazing forum tonight. It was truly an insightful forum. So guys, I think this is what we have. We are actually here for a very important reason besides, the forum, the dinner today, and of course the awards. So we would now like to shift our focus to the heart of the competition, the draw for the Women's Super League for the 2024 season. I think we are very well aware that the growth of the team has gone from 10 to 12, and this year we've got 14 teams. So to guide us through this thrilling moment of, the draw, I would like to invite Mr. Ardani Rais, our very handsome Assistant Secretary General of FAS, who will explain the process and introduce the participating teams.
Tes. Alright, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Yang berhormat Tuan Muhammad Najwan Halimi, Esko Belia Sukan dan Kesawan Negeri Selangor. Yang dihormati Datuk Seri Dr. Syarif Mokhtar, Timbalan Presiden Persatuan Bola Sepak Selangor. Yang berusaha Datuk Sugumaren, Naib Presiden FAS merangkap pengerusi Jawatan Kuasa Pertandingan Tempatan. Yang berusaha Encik Seka Chandran, Naib Presiden FAS, dan juga Encik Simon, Exco FAS. Baiklah, alright. Serba sedikit, saya hari ini akan menerangkan berkaitan dengan flow draw yang kita akan lalui pada malam inilah. So basically, pembaharuan seperti semua orang tahu pada malam ini, bagi edisi ketiga FAS WSL 2024, kita telah memperkenalkan beberapa format terbaru, iaitu kita ada 14 pasukan, dan 14 pasukan ni akan mengharungi dua pusingan, iaitu pusingan top 4 for each group will proceed to quarterfinals, and also the teams remaining that not proceed to quarterfinals will play in Confederation Cup. And also new for this season 2024, we also introduce FA Cup. Alright, so the explanation might be a bit longer, but kita cuba untuk simplify bagi semua orang faham. Alright, okay, kita teruskan dengan the league draw. Alright, for the league draw, we will have two pots. The first pot will consist of 12 teams, except of Selangor FC and SS Leopard. So basically, why we asingkan dua pots ni adalah kerana kita tak nak Selangor FC and SSS Leopard be in the same group in the group stage, because SSS Leopard is a feeder team to Selangor FC Women's. Alright, so the remaining 12 teams will be in pot 1, and then we have pot 2. We're talking about the group of FAS Women's Super League first. Okay, so next is the method of how we cabut the name of teams lah. Alright, so next, okay, so as macam our normal practice in FAS League, kita akan terus kepada cabutan undian pertama adalah pada pot 1, iaitu 12 pasukan melainkan Selangor FC Women's dan juga SSS Leopard. Jadi cabutan pertama, the first draw will fill in the A1 slot, and then the second teams will fill in the B1, and then alternately we will go to A2, B2, A3, B3, A4, B4, A5, B5, A6, B6, and then we will proceed to pot number 2, which consists of Selangor FC Women's and also SSS Leopard. Alright, so I think for the FAS WSL Women's Super League is very straightforward, but I think we might need some what we call it, macam perhatian sikit pada FA Cup punya undian. Alright, seterusnya kita teruskan kepada undian untuk FA Cup. Baik, okey, untuk FA Cup kita ada 4 pot. Sama juga, will consist Selangor FC and SSS Leopard. Kita tak nak dua tim ni berada in the same bracket, because kita tak nak diorang jumpa pada awal pusingan lah. And then we will go to pot 2, 12 teams. But before we proceed to pot 2, we have 2 bye slot. Sebab kita ada 14 teams, and for the first round of FA Cup is 16 teams. So basically kita akan ada 2 slot yang bye lah. So akan ada 2 pasukan. We'll have 2 teams will not play in the first round of 16. So they will proceed to the quarterfinals. Okay. For the flow of the draw for pot 1, we will cabut the team names and then we will go to pot 3. So basically mana-mana team pertama yang kita cabut daripada pot 1, dia akan duduk. Kalau anda boleh bayangkan, sekejap lagi kita akan tunjuk bracket. Boleh tunjuk bracket terus kot? Okay. Alright. Kita tunjuk bracket FA Cup. Okay. Ini adalah bracket FA Cup. So basically the pot 3 and pot 4 will consist the placing of 1 until 8 and also 9 until 16. Okay. So basically when we cabut for pot 1, kita akan cabut to pot 3 will consist number placing for 1 until 8. So contoh kita cabut SSS Leopard, dia akan berada di sebelah kiri. Tak kisahlah mana-mana yang kita akan cabut kemudian. Seterusnya kita akan cabut lagi satu. Sebagai contoh Selangor FC Women's, dia akan berada di sebelah sana. So dia tak akan berjumpa di dalam round first lah. Seterusnya kita akan cabut lagi 2 nombor. Satu from pot 3 and then 1 more from pot 4 untuk bye. So nanti akan ada satu bye dekat sini and also another bye will be at other side. Okay, selepas itu the tricky part is after we draw the SSS Selangor FC Women's and SSS Leopard and also 2 bye slots, kita akan campurkan. We will mix the numbering placement pot to be in one pot. Okay, tak apa. Maybe it a bit confusing, but nanti kita tengok sama-sama. Alright. Okay. Saya rasa ada lagi ke selepas tu? Tak ada dah? Okay. Alright. So, tanpa membuang masa, saya serahkan kembali kepada kita punya host for this event untuk meneruskan acara. Sekian, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dani. So with great pleasure, we would like to invite Ms. Solin Al-Zubi, the current head coach of the Malaysian women's national team, and Mr. Ahmad Azri bin Zainal from MBI Selangor to proceed with the league's draw.
Okey, baiklah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, masa yang dinanti-nantikan pada malam ini kita akan mulakan acara undian. We will start our draw for the first. Ni contoh ni. belum. Alright. Okey, kontroversi sikit lah, tapi tak apa. Alright, so basically we will invite Mr. Solin to draw the first name. Will be put in A1. For A1 adalah daripada pasukan FC Japan Malaysia. Alright. FC Japan Malaysia will be on the slot A1 and then Miss Solin again. I think until number 4. Alright. The first spot. Alright. For the second team will be on the B1 slot is Galaxy Girls PJ. Alright. Okay. Another. Yes. And then for slot A2, MBPJFC. Alright, another one. Will be on the B2 slot. Perkemas FC Wangsa Maju. Perkemas FC akan bersama-sama dengan Galaxy Girls in Group B. And I think 2 more. Alright. UiTM Lioness FC akan berada di grup A bersama FC Japan dan MBPJ FC. Another one. Mengisi slot B3, KL Spice Girls FC. KL Spice Girls FC akan bertemu dengan Galaxy Girls and also Perkemas. Okay, thank you. We proceed with Encik Azri. Dipersilakan. Baik, untuk mengisi slot A4. Boleh? Encik Azri? Not Manchester United. Okay, tak apa. Alright, kita teruskan. Sternen FC Shah Alam. Okay. Sternen FC Shah Alam berada di slot A4. Baiklah, seterusnya B4 akan diisi oleh pasukan PNSB FC Shah Alam. Okey. Alright, kita teruskan di slot A5. MBSJ FC. Juara bertahan kita berada di slot A5. Okey ada bunyi-bunyi kat belakang tu. Nervous ke? Alright. Seterusnya bagi slot B5, Penang Real CJFC. Okey. Pasukan daripada Pulau Pinang ini akan mengiringi Galaxy, Perkemas, Spice Girl dan PNSB. Baiklah, seterusnya di slot A6, Shah Alam FC SWAT. Shah Alam FC SWAT berada di A6. Seterusnya, second last for Group B, SA United FC. Okey, kita teruskan ke pot 2 yang mengandungi pasukan Selangor FC Women's ataupun SSS Leopard. Yang akan melengkapkan Group A adalah pasukan Selangor FC Women's berada di Group A. Agak maut grup ni. Alright, seterusnya yang terakhir sekali, pasukan SSS Leopard FC berada di Group B. Baiklah, itu dia tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Thank you Miss Solin, thank you Encik Azri untuk draw bagi FAS WSL 2023. Saya bagi laluan untuk anda semua ambil gambar ya. Alright.
So we have FC Japan Malaysia in Group A, we have MBPJ FC, we have UiTM United, Sternen FC, MBSJ FC, FC SWAT and Selangor FC in Group A. Tadi masa tengah cabut balik kan, saya tengok kat belakang tu players dah giling kepala, dah ketuk dahi, dah macam nak nangis pun ada saya tengok. But it's okay guys, the war has not started and it has not ended, so just do your best. And untuk Group B kita ada Galaxy Girls, we have Perkemas, we have KL Spice Girls, we have PNSB, Real CJ from Penang, SA United and SSS Leopard. We will now proceed with the FA Cups draw. So with that, I would like to invite Datuk Sri Dr. Shahril Mokhtar, Deputy Chairman of FAS, and Puan Nur Azrin binti Sulaiman, Penolong Pengarah Jabatan Belia dan Sukan Negeri Selangor. Dipersilakan.
Okey, baiklah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita teruskan ke acara undian bagi FA Cup. Alright. Jadi seperti flow yang saya katakan tadi, kita akan undi dahulu dua pasukan iaitu Selangor FC di pot 1. Kita minta Puan Azrin untuk cabut dulu bola yang berwarna silver. Okey, boleh? Susah sikit nak buka. Alright. Okey. Selangor FC, kita minta Datuk Sri Syaril untuk cabut daripada pot 2 yang di tengah untuk menentukan kedudukan di manakah Selangor FC akan berada. Selangor FC akan berada di nombor 13. Alright. Okey. Baik. Seterusnya satu lagi Puan Azrin dah berwarna silver. Selangor FC di tempat ke-13. SSS Leopard akan berada di number Datuk Sri Syaril pot sebelah. Alright. Nombor 4, SSS Leopard akan berada di slot nombor 4. Okey, kita minta Datuk Seri untuk cabut satu lagi daripada pot 1 dan satu lagi daripada pot 2 untuk penentuan bye. SSS Leopard di tempat keempat, di slot keempat. Nombor Datuk 9. Okey. Bye yang pertama berada di slot, betul 9 ke 6? 9 Okey, confirm 9. Alright, kita lock 9 untuk bye yang pertama. Satu lagi nombor adalah untuk slot bye yang kedua. Ada yang dah tunggu tu, nak duduk nombor 10 tu. Alright. Nombor 11. Okey, tak apa. Oh, yang tadi nombor 6. Oh, salah. Yang first buy tadi nombor 6. Alright. Dia pusing. Dia lagi. Okey, buy yang pertama adalah nombor 6 dekat sini, and then buy yang kedua adalah nombor 11. Okey. Okey. Dapat tukar ke? Yang buy satu yang nombor 9 tu ke sini. Nombor 6. Alright, baik. Okey. Betul. Campur. Betul. Dia first time. FA Cup tahun ni first time. So dia tricky sikit. Alright. Seterusnya, untuk ni dah simple sikit. Jadi Puan Azrin akan cabut nama tim dan seterusnya Datuk Sri Syaril akan cabut nombor. Kita teruslah bersilang-silang. Okey, silakan Puan Azrin. Shah Alam FC SWAT akan berada di nombor nombor 1. Shah Alam FC SWAT nombor 1. Tunggu sekejap. Alright, seterusnya Stenden FC Shah Alam akan berada di kedudukan kedudukan 15. Alright. Stenden FC Shah Alam di kedudukan 15. Okey. Boleh kita teruskan Puan Azri? UiTM United Lioness akan berada di kedudukan. Oh, ni sepatutnya ada lagu macam nervous-nervous sikit kan. Lagu seram sikit. Alright. Ini bagus 9. Ini bagus 9 Datuk Seri. Alright, UiTM United berada di kedudukan nombor 9. Okey. Terusnya Galaxy Girls PJ akan berada di kedudukan nombor 10 akan bertemu dengan UiTM United. Okey. Seterusnya, belum ada lagi yang jumpa bye ni ya. Right. Penang Real CJ. Right. Akan berada di kedudukan nombor 8. Okey. Penang Real CJ nombor 8. Seterusnya FC Japan Malaysia akan berada di kedudukan 12. Ini dia pasukan bertuah yang pertama. FC Japan Malaysia akan mendapat laluan bye, jadi mereka akan terus menunggu di quarter final sama ada pemenangnya adalah UiTM ataupun Galaxy Girls. KL Spice Girls FC nak bye juga ke? Nombor 2 akan bertemu dengan FC SWAT. KL Spice Girls akan bertemu dengan FC SWAT. Seterusnya SA United FC. Nak senang. Nombor 5, betul. SA United juga mendapat bye, maka mereka tidak akan bermain pada pusingan 16. Seterusnya MBSJFC 14 Susah 16. MBSJ akan bertemu dengan Sternen. MBPJFC. Cabut kat belakang udah tak Sri. Nombor 3. MBPJ akan bertemu dengan SSS Leopard. Right, tinggal lagi 2. Sama ada bertemu dengan Selangor FC. PNSB FC Shah Alam. Nak jumpa siapa? Nak jumpa Ria CJ ke nak jumpa Selangor FC? Nombor 7. PNSB akan bertemu dengan Real CJ. Dan yang terakhir, pasukan yang bertuah adalah Pekemas FC Wangsa Maju akan bertemu dengan Selangor FC di slot ke-14. Baiklah, itu saja. Tapi kita minta untuk Datuk Seri dengan Puan Azrin untuk ke atas pentas dulu. Kita akan sampaikan anugerah.
And that's the final result drawn. I think kalau kita bandingkan dengan draw yang awal tadi, yang ni rasanya macam banyak pasukan dapat tarik nafas dan rasa macam lebih lega. Sebab yang tadi saya nampak ramai giling kepala. Yang ni macam ada yang nak sujud syukur pun ada. Okay, so that's the final result. So now we would like to celebrate another outstanding achievement within our football community. With that, we would like to invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Syahril Mokhtar, Deputy Chairman of FAS, and also Puan Nur Azrin binti Sulaiman, Penolong Pengarah Jabatan Belia dan Sukan Negeri Selangor, to remain on stage for our third award presentation. Okay, so untuk award ni kalau in international level kita ada Puskas kan. So untuk WSL pun kita ada satu anugerah seakar-akar Puskas, which is FAS WSL 2023 Best Goal Award. And these are the finalists. Okay, this is from Henrietta Justin, UPNM versus PJ kita.
Jaringan cuba dicipta untuk jaringan kedua oleh Henrietta Justin. Gerakan dan jaringan yang terus meyakinkan untuk beliau membawa UPNM.
Najwa Erdina pada malam ini.
Okay, Sternen versus Kelana United, Intan Sarah.
Najwa Erdina dan juga Intan Sarah. Padan mencari Intan Sarah, peluang untuk Intan Sarah cantik. Bagaikan ada pesta di Radia Arena Bukit Jelutong ini.
Dan gol yang ketiga by Liana Sobri, MBSJ versus Lapids.
Bagaimana?
Cemerlang
Fadili keluar, tetapi kali ini masih lagi dalam permainan dan itu dia. Baru sahaja kita.
And the winner of FAS WSL 2023 Best Goal Award goes to Intan Sarah from Kelana United. Dipersilakan Intan Sarah untuk menerima anugerah ataupun wakil untuk menerima anugerah bagi pihak Intan Sarah. Tahniah diucapkan. With that, I would like to thank Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Syahril Mokhtar and Puan Nur Azrin binti Sulaiman for giving away the award. So what is a league or what is sports without its partners? As the excitement is building up, here is actually a moment that we've all been waiting for, a special announcement from the Football Association of Selangor in regards to our valued partner for the 2024 season. With that, I would like to invite FAS Secretary General Mr. Muhammad Izrin Nabil bin Ismail, witnessed by Yang Berhormat Tuan Muhammad Najwan Halimi and Datuk Sri Syahril Mokhtar, Deputy President of FAS, for the signing ceremony. To everyone present here today, this year, for this season, we have several partners, starting with the diamond partner, we've got the gold partner, and we also have our silver partner. Without wasting our time, we would like to announce and invite our new partners to the stage. We will first begin with our new diamond partner, Ganador Marketing Sdn Bhd, Joma, represented by Mr. Ng Bong Yong, the Marketing Director, and witnessed by Mr. Wong, the Group Director. Next, I would like to invite our new diamond partner as well, Koperasi Kangen Selangor Berhad, which is the official drink for FAS, represented by Tuan Lieutenant Muhammad Azmi bin Muhammad Amari, Setiausaha Kehormat, and witnessed by Tuan Rosli bin Jaafar, CEO of Suruhanjaya Koperasi Malaysia. Next, I would like to invite our new goal partner, Koperasi GTR Burger, represented by Mr. Nordin bin Mat, the chairman of Koperasi GTR Burger, witnessed by Mr. Najib bin Jalil, the founder of GTR Burger. And lastly, our new silver partner, M4 Sdn Bhd, Kelme, represented by Mr. Lewis, the marketing director, and witnessed by Aino Maizura Azman, the marketing manager.
Okay, Kim. Stand by, Kim. 3, 2, 1. Nan, ambil white, Nan. White.
We will now witness the exciting moments of signing this partnership between these partners and Football Association of Selangor. Once again, I would like to announce our new diamond partner, Ganador Marketing Sdn Bhd Joma, Koperasi Kangen Selangor Berhad, our new gold partner, Koperasi GTR Burger, and lastly, our new silver partner, M4 Sdn Bhd Kelme. Thank you for being part of this beautiful partnership.
Now, Cam 1, Now, Cam Nyat, Kim boleh pen, Kim. Now, Cam Kim. Baca Kim. Now, Cam 1. Cam 1, Alright, Kim, follow Kim, Cam Kim, 3, 2, 1. Now, Cam Kim, after the white.
So in 2024, not only we have new players, new teams, but we also have new partners. As the anticipation is high as we launch into the spectacle of WSL 2024, I would like to officially announce that the third season of FAS WSL has officially been launched.
Mimpi itu indah apabila ia menjadi nyata. Hidup ini berpasikan pilihan. Perjalanan mencapai kejayaan bukannya mudah. Adakah saya mampu?
SJ perlukan sedikit ketenangan bagaimana kali ini dan jaringan terus saja dicipta oleh Liana Sobri.
Bagaimana untuk mengatasi setiap cabaran? Jika gagal, jangan pernah lupa untuk bangun dan berdiri kembali. Kerana usaha tidak pernah mengkhianati hasil. Kejayaan memerlukan pengorbanan. Hari baru, peluang baru untuk mengejar impian. Dan saya telah memilih untuk menggapai mimpi setinggi langit. Dare to dream. This is our time.
Lip belakang kau lip. Jangan lip. Kita grafik out. Alright, change to Alip in 3, 2, 1. Now Alip. Now cam 1. Alright, boleh pending cam Nyat, cam Kim boleh pending. Alip boleh ni, boleh turun.
Satu round lah, semua betul dia. Satu round.
Now cam Nyat.
Satu round lah.
Dia dah ke belakang lagi lah. Now cam 1.
Ramai lah orang tu.
Kim, jangan potong kepala tu. Alright Kim, stand by Kim. 3, 2, 1. Now stand by Kim. Afnan kalau nak tu boleh nak.
Baik, dua shot tu.
Tadi dia orang letak dia tu kan.
Sudah awak. Nampak je. Nampak macam hard tu.
Alright. Now
Following that, we would like to invite all partners and sponsors to come up for a photo op. So teams, get ready to shine. Afterwards, we'll extend our deepest gratitude to our sponsors and partners. Wishing all the teams present all the best for the 2024 season. Again, I would like to welcome and invite all partners and sponsors to come up on stage for a photo session. I would also like to invite our guest of honor today, Tuan Muhammad Najwan Halimi, Datuk Sri Dr. Shahril Mokhtar, Datuk Sugumaran, and Encik Seka Chandran to be on stage for a photo session.
Main meet the team sekarang? Now. Okay, cakap meet the team. Tak, aku rasa ambil gambar dulu kot. Turun, nanti diorang turun aku main meet the team. Diorang turun. Diorang turun. Nutup kita punya ni.
Dan kalau kau nak chat boleh nak. Sekarang tengah tu. Sekejap. 3, 2, 1. Now, Net, zoom out. Net, zoom out. Net, go slow. 3, 2, 1, go. Tak ada. Tak jadi siap. Okay, baik. Game 5 now. Now, game 1. Okay, game 6 kami daripada hujung. Game 6? Sekejap. Game team? Sekejap. Okay. No. Game 6. Alright, stand by in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now. Now, game Kim. Kim. 6 ni Kim. Oh, 6 Kim. Kau, aku panggil ikut nama ni. Aku nak tahu kau punya. Ini apa? 5 ni. Kim. Game 5 Kim. Now, game 1. Kau tak tahu suruh ada.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada semua pemain dan div kehormat. Anda dipersilakan duduk.
Ya, tukar grafik kan? Ya. Big cam 6 ni. Okay, cam 6 tadi. Now cam 6, tadi cam 6. Okay, aku nak main ni tadi.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 14 teams that will be playing in the 3rd season of FAS Women's Super League. And that video concludes our Women's Super League 2024 season launch and draw. On behalf of Football Association of Selangor, I would like to thank our partners, sponsors, and everyone present who made this event possible. And on a personal note, I would like to, wish everyone the best of luck and may the odds be ever in your favor. The draw of the group may not be the kind of the one that you dream of, but bak kata Azwa, dia belum berakhir until dia betul-betul berakhir. So, guys, all the best for the 3rd season of FAS. And with that, good night and have a great day.
Okay, aku nak satu zoom ke Bella. Kim.
Dengan segala hormatnya dijemput YB untuk beransur pulang dan diiringi oleh div kehormat.
Sorry sangat. Alright, stand by. Jap. Alright, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Go. Slow. Oh, okey dah. Ayo dah. Aku pergi ke ni ya. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Close dulu, close